right? Just to the south of here, not too far, is the eastern terminus of what's known as the Creek Trail of Tears. In the 1830s, they were told, look, you can either assimilate into our culture, pay taxes, give up your religion, or you can march all the way to Oklahoma, was Indian Territory at the time. Those are the two options they were given. They had one other option. What was it? Fight back, right? And so we had a war here at that time as well. And those who were captured were hung right along this river. Hey, I'm watching that little zip line thing. I haven't seen that before. That's pretty cool. Is he stuck?
First day they started down.
What's he doing, though?
He's just pulling himself back up.
Pulling himself back up. That is so. Did you guys do that? The zip line? You have to do that. Probably a line up there, huh? I haven't done that either. I haven't even done the whitewater thing yet. Was that fun? Was it good?
Yeah.
We're going to do it on the 22nd.
Oh, you haven't done it yet either. Have you guys haven't done the whitewater?
We did. Today.
Mostly what I want to talk about here, though, is the fact that because this was a mill town as a result of the coal line and the hydropower and the fact that the boats could only come up this far, this became a very important city during the American Civil War. Chattahoochee got very important. As a matter of fact, in 1862, when New Orleans fell to General Butler, they took all the gold in New Orleans. They knew he was coming. They said, we got to put this somewhere safe. Where do you think that would be? Columbus, Georgia. They brought $45 million in gold bullion, some silver bullion, and they put it in the, if you go downtown, you see a big white building in the middle of town. It's called the Iron Bank. There's a little coffee shop in there now. That building was actually there during the Civil War. It was on the front of some Confederate currency. And that's the last documented place where the lost Confederate gold was known to be, downtown. Very beautiful. Now, so somebody came and got it before then, but when the Yankees came into town 2 years later, that was one of the things they were hoping to discover. Well, here's what happens, and help me out with this narrative a little bit. We have April of 1865. It's a Holy Week. Y'all heard of Holy Week, Palm Sunday, Good Friday, Easter Sunday? Palm Sunday, April 9th. Somebody surrendered. Who surrendered? Virginia. Appomattox Courthouse. You ever heard that one before? Robert E. Lee surrenders on Palm Sunday. Right? You would think, hey, that's the end of the war. Lincoln's pretty happy. He tells his wife that weekend, let's go see a comedy, right? Let's go to the theater. Good Friday, which is April the 14th. Lincoln goes to the theater. He's killed. Actually shot. He didn't die until the next morning. But you can imagine the association with Good Friday and the assassination of a president that way and what that meant for him. The news did not get to Columbus, Georgia, or to Montgomery, or West Point, or any of these places. April 9 was the week before. Now we're talking Easter Sunday in Columbus. Easter Sunday, the Yankees are still told, you got to take Columbus. There's all kinds of stuff there. There's mills, there's cannon manufacturers, there's sword manufacturers, and we had a big ironclad factory here too. You know what an ironclad is? The boats, big boats that could run the blockade because they're made of iron. We had one just right down where you got out of the water there, the old naval yard. And so this was an important city for them to capture. As far as they knew, the war was still on. Now, let's think about this. They're coming from Montgomery, which is that direction. They're coming to, those trees right there, you guys know that's Alabama. And it's only 12 o'clock where those trees are. Because that's the, what do we call that? You know, the timeline. You go back and forth, although Phoenix City doesn't even honor that rule very much. But technically speaking, it's 12 o'clock right over there. Save an hour by taking the zip line, right? So they're coming from over there. Now let's say you're a Confederate. I know you guys aren't sympathetic to the Confederacy, but let's say you are. How would you maybe defend the town from those Yankees coming? What do you think? Go up high? Okay.
Park a tank on the bridge.
There you go. Say it again.
Park a tank on the bridge.
The bridge, now there are two bridges at that time. See this big bridge right here? That one wasn't here at the time. But that one was. So see the one where the cars are going across? That's called the Dillingham Bridge, or the lower bridge. And there's one that if you were on the rapids this morning, you came under a bridge where there's a pedestrian bridge. There was no cars on it. Maybe some of you remember that. That was called the upper bridge. There's just those two bridges. So we're going to play a little chess here. Somebody think about it. Be a general for a minute. What are you going to do with those bridges? It's not as easy as just burning them and say, okay, you guys can't get in. What do you think? Anybody got a plan? All right, well, they're going to do a bluff. They're going to put all of their resources on the upper bridge to make it look like it's too heavily fortified, and leave this one unguarded to some degree. What's the purpose of that? What are they hoping will happen? Then they'll say, hey, these guys forgot to defend this bridge. Let's take it, right? Now, and are the Yankees going to be that stupid? Yeah.